And welcome back to Crater Stadium as you get a good look at the Dover Tornadoes coming out of their inflatable helmet, ready to take on the Canfield Cardinals. Scott Robinson and Bruce Winter with you tonight as we bring you exciting high school football action. The Tornadoes and Cardinals come in each at 1-1. The Tornadoes, though, coming off a 41-37 loss against Ashland. Well, the Cardinals, Bruce, beat Canton South 41-17. Some big individual performances last week for Dover.
Yeah, Dover, Swinnerman put it up 52 times, a school record and so forth, completed 27, 409 total yards for him passing. But the big stat was he threw 5 interceptions, and that's what Coach F said they worked on all week to try to eliminate.
You know, one of the things, too, that the Dover Tornadoes have is injury troubles. They've got 3 players in various stages of health. Demetrius Farmer and Tim Lair on the defensive line will not play tonight. Colton Zahner, we watched him in warm-ups. Looks like he will get some time on this one. And so they've had to shift a lot of people around against a team like Canfield. Not exactly an ideal situation.
No, it's like Coach F said in your pregame interview, this is probably the most physical football team they'll play this year. And when you have to start moving people around, that's going to make it difficult.
So this one just about ready to kick off, as the Dover Tornadoes will send Logan Mahalam back along with Deontay Evans.
You know, Scott, we've heard the word revenge. I don't think that even plays as a factor in this game. The factor in this game is they're both 1-1. Whoever loses is 1-2. And that makes it tough in the playoff picture at the end of the year.
This is a big game for the Tornadoes, no question about it, as the kick will go to Evans at the 20, to the 25, to the 30. If he can break out of the pile, he's got a chance, but out to about the 31-yard line where the Dover offense will take over under the controls of quarterback Derek Swinderman. Along the line, it'll be Kenna Hall and Dylan Knight at the tackles, Andrew Burrell and Drew Deniher the guards, Zach Douglas the center. The split ends will be Logan Mahalam, Ian Murphy, Tyler Harstein, and either Mason Mammarella or Colton Zahner. We'll see who they open up with here. And they're going to bring out Brent Raber wide to the right side. So a little different look.
I see Zahner wide on the far side over there, 15.
So 5 wide here to begin the game. And we're going to get a quick penalty here on the Tornadoes.
It's like Coach F said in the pregame. He said Canfield brings people from all over. You see them with 3 down linemen and all the linebackers. Swinnerman looking possibly to see where they're going to come from. And once again, we get a procedure penalty to start the game.
Also Hunter Schneeberger in there to the left side along with Mammarella and Raber. Swinnerman will go to the right side. It's complete. Zahner's got it. Slips the tackle, still on his feet, down to the 45-yard line before Canfield able to make the stop. So Zahner gets up, limping a little bit, but looks like he's still pretty. As we get another look on the Weaver Barnes rewind, Colton Zahner at about 80% is better than most other receivers.
Yeah, zipped it right in there, makes a nice move. Off that sprained ankle, makes 2 more guys miss right here. Picks up another 10.
So first down and 10 for the Tornadoes at the Canfield 45-yard line. Just underway. They look to the outside. Schneeberger's got it. Puts his head down and breaks the 40 down to the 39-yard line before the tackle made there by Mike Ross. Defensively for the Cardinals, it's Anthony Gelanace and Brian Benson at the ends, Connor Hosell and Jimmy Rauscher, the tackles. Linebackers, it'll be Dante DiLorenzo, John Rogers, and Blake Jackson. And the deep backs are Mike Werner, Bryce Jackson, Jordan Italiano, and Mike Ross. So we're set for 2nd down and 4 after the gain of 6. They look across the middle. Looks like Schneeberger again. This time he'll have the first down at the 34-yard line. So the Tornadoes coming out, Bruce, pretty sharp here in this first minute.
Yeah, you know, you spread them out 5 wide. That doesn't leave a lot of guys in the box. You know, Coach Schiff talked about them blitzing a lot and so forth. They're running some stunts inside, some X's and so forth. There's not a lot of guys left in the box to do a lot of stunning and so forth.
Swinnerman loads it up down the middle. Mahalam's there. He's got it to the 5, down to the 2-yard line. So big play for the Tornadoes. Mahalam there to make the catch.
Here's the play again, Scott. You can see he's got plenty of time to throw. Nobody around him. Steps up, lets her go. Perfect. Laid it right in there.
So the Tornadoes with the first big opportunity of the game here, and this is a big momentum drive for the Tornadoes. Keith Johnson now lined up behind Swinnerman. He'll get the call. He'll move it in. And the penalty flag goes down, and there was still no call as to whether there was a touchdown or not.
It's like he's short.
Looks like he's short, and the penalty flag could be a concern as well for the Tornadoes.
Could be holding or a face mask. You never know down in there, those piles.
Well, they have marked the ball almost with the nose on the goal line down there. So that penalty really amounts to about 6 inches or less.
About a yard, half the distance. A little different package down here for Dover whenever they're in the red zone now.
Handoff Johnson. This time he'll dive forward. That sure looked like he was in, but they're going to say he was still short. Wow. It'll be second and goal. Looked like he got down low beneath the lineman, but still came up a little bit short. Good surge there by Canfield.
Yeah, Dover didn't get a real good surge off the offensive side.
Gee, do you imagine they'll try it again here?
Yeah, you might see something, a little trickeration here.
So this time Johnson is definitely in for the touchdown from less than a yard out. Let's take another look in the Weaver Barnes Rewind.
Power pitch, kick them out. Huge, huge hole there, and run with those pads level to the ground, and you're in the end zone.
Yeah, Mr. Reliable, Zach Rafter on to try the extra point out of Mason Mamarella's hold. And the kick is up, and that kick is good. 7-0 Dover with 9:38 to go here in the first quarter. So that's a little bit shocking that they come out and go right down the field against Canfield.
Made it look pretty easy, Scott. Swinnerman was 4 of 4 passing, you know, that trip for. Made it look pretty easy.
Well, let's introduce you while we have a chance prior to the kickoff to the Dover defense, because there have been some changes. We still have Christian Ift and Keith Johnson at the bookends defensively along the line at linebacker spots. We've got Dalton Ryan moving from a linebacker spot to the line. We got Leo Gable. And also Pierce Aplin's going to take a spot along the defensive line, replacing Demetrius Farmer, who's out with an injury. At linebacker, Ryan's spot will be taken by Andrew Little. Chance Shalosky is in there, and in the defensive backfield, it'll be Ian Murphy, Eric Abio, Deontay Evans, and Mason Mamarella. So a lot of changes defensively. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle tough Canfield offense. So Rafter ready to kick it away. And Kopp, Drake Kopp will pick it up out to about the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. And if that name sounds familiar, it should be. He was a student at Garraway last season, played some quarterback for the Pirates. First and 10 for the Cardinals. Jordan Italiano, the quarterback. In the backfield, it'll be John Rogers at fullback, Blake Jackson, the tailback, the flanker, Joe Tuchek. The tight end will be Jimmy Rauscher, Mike Werner, the split end. The tackles, Brian Benson and Tyler Rhodes, Anthony Gelanes and Connor Hosell, the guards. Center here on first down and 10. A handoff straight ahead. Out to about the 20-yard line, so a gain of about 2 there for Rogers.
Little different look for Canfield, Scott. They're just going to try to play some smash mouth football, try to control the line of scrimmage, and try to eat up clock to try to keep Dover's offense off the field as much as possible.
Italiano's going to take it himself. He's going to have the first down and a little bit more. Bounces to the outside. Keith Johnson still holding on to him and finally brings him down out beyond the 35-yard line. So Italiano with the nice run, giving the Cardinals a first down.
This kid's built low to the ground. He's 5'10", 195 pounds. Program said he was a fullback, so they may have converted him over to play this quarterback in this run-oriented offense.
So Italiano, again, slips a couple of tackles, still on his feet. Finally wraps him up. Nice gain of about 7. It'll be second down and 3.
Dover's going to have to tackle a little better if they're going to keep this guy under control.
Game started, the sun was going to be a little bit of a factor, shining over the band shell to the scoreboard end of the field, but it's finally down. Second down and 3 with the ball at the 43-yard line, and Canfield hasn't done anything fancy, that's for sure.
Nope, just run right at you, try to knock you off the football, run over top of you, and pick up first downs and grind the clock up.
So on second down and 3, the handoff to Jackson straight ahead, and there is not much there, maybe a yard or so. As Leo Gable in there to help make the stop for the Tornadoes, bringing up third down and 1. You know, looking at Dover statistics this week, Bruce, they do not have any punting statistics through 2 games. It does not indicate that they have punted the football.
Didn't punt last week, even in that game. Well, you threw 5 interceptions. That was, like a punt, I guess.
Third down and 1.
I wouldn't look for anything too tricky or fancy here.
A high snap, though, causes some problems, and he's in trouble. Christian If's after him. Italiano gets loose, and I believe has the first down at the 49-yard line.
That was just a great individual effort there by the quarterback from Canfield, Jordan Italiano. Missed tackles again. They got the, big break with the bad snap, and he turned a 5-yard loss into a 5-yard gain. Great stiff arm there. You got to wrap him up and bring him down.
So first down and 10. A handoff to Rogers. Rogers slips a couple of tackles, still on his feet, down to the 41-yard line of the Tornadoes. And another big gain of about 8. So the Tornadoes giving up big chunks of yardage on the ground here early.
Yeah, combination of hard running and missed tackles.
So second down and a little bit more than 1. 6:18 to go here in the first quarter on the Dover Dental Group scoreboard. Rogers, the handoff, wrapped up by Ift. He was the first one there. Cleaned up by Gable. And it'll bring up third down after a loss of 1, about 3rd and 2. Dover leading at 7-0. I want to thank our good friends at Crocker's Bar and Grill for sponsoring our kickoff for our game tonight. Don't forget that they are now open until 11 o'clock on Thursdays, until midnight on Fridays. So after the game, you can stop in and have great steaks, fish, chops, you name it, burgers. They've got it all at Crocker's Bar and Grill in downtown Dover. Italiano's going to have the first down and more. Cuts it back to the middle of the field and down to near the Dover 30-yard line. So the one thing that Canfield's doing here, Bruce, is they are controlling the clock by grinding it out.
Coach If was concerned about in the pregame. He said they were, they try to keep the football away from Dover and just grind it out. And so far, they've been very successful.
So first down and 10 for Canfield at the Dover 30-yard line. The handoff to Jackson. Slips by the first man, but down to only about the 28-yard line. We'll call it a gain of a couple. So the 3-yard gain makes it second down and 7. And Canfield has really done nothing but kind of a vanilla offense here.
That's just like they called it. They'll only pass out of pure necessity.
Now, if you had big backs like they do.
Some nice size lineman.
Italiano goes over to Rogers. Nice little flare pass, has it. And near another first down around the 20-yard line. You look at Rogers, he's 6'2", 216. Blake Jackson, the tailback, 5'11", 182 pounds. So they get some size in that backfield.
Yeah, and all their passing will come off of play action type stuff since they've, are strictly a run-oriented offense. You saw the little fakes there and then hit it to the swing back out in the flat.
So first down and 10 for Canfield at the Dover 20. The handoff to Jackson. Nowhere to go. Keith Johnson is there along with Chance Shalaski, and they do a nice job wrapping him up for no gain.
That's what you have to do. You got to try to keep that, the first and second down to a minimum so that you throw them off schedule and try to force them to pass and do something that, they really don't want to do is throw the football much.
I think this first series for the Tornado defense, I think it's a lot of guys coming in, coming out, just trying to get settled into their new roles here this week.
You got to give credit to Canfield's line. They got some pretty nice sized kids in there, and they come off the football.
So second down and 10. Snap over the head of the quarterback. Italiano's back to his own 40-yard line to the 41. And Dover's got another player down with a possible injury. It looks like it was Pierce Applin getting up slowly. Big break there for the Tornadoes, and that puts Canfield in bad territory. Is about now 3rd and 30.
Yeah, huge 20-yard loss on that play. This really throws them off schedule now.
There were signs that was going to happen a little bit earlier. Some of the snaps have been kind of high for Canfield, and that one went way over Italiano's head. So now he's probably thinking, uh-oh, what's going to happen this time? Scooted along the ground, maybe? Nope, perfect. A man there, the tight end, Rauscher. Rauscher down to the 20-yard line, and now you've got a fourth down play. And you've got to think they're probably going to go for it.
Yeah, they got their 20 yards back. They're back to the original line of scrimmage. 4th and 10. It's definitely 4-down territory.
So the Cardinals 10. And they made that 20-yard gain look pretty easy.
Yeah, they might look for the tight end again over the middle. Big hole in the middle there.
There's a huge hole in the middle of the field. Italiano looks, he's got room to run. Needs to make a move, gets to the outside. He's going to have the first down and more at about the 5-yard line.
Big 16-yard run for the first down, makes it 1st and goal.
So a strong return drive here by Canfield after Dover scored on their first series. And Canfield has eaten up just a tremendous amount of time in this first quarter, probably 8 minutes of this first quarter.
Yeah, it didn't take long. It only took Dover about 6 or 7 plays to score, the first time they had the ball. Now Canfield's just eating up the entire first quarter with this run-oriented offense.
Canfield has had the ball more than 8 minutes. Italiano in trouble. wrapped up nicely there by the Tornado D.
On that's the thing that they're going to have to try to eliminate so that they can keep this offense rolling.
Jason Klinker and Andrew Little there to make the stop along with Christian Ift. It's second down and goal from back at the 10-yard line. I formation. Italiano under center. Turns, looks, got a man wide open across the middle, and it's touchdown, Rauscher. They don't pass much, but they pass very effectively.
3 of 3 passing for about 40 yards and one 10-yard touchdown.
So John Delick on to try the extra point. Good snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. So we are tied at 7 with 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter at Crater Stadium in Dover. And boy, you talk about two contrasting styles. We just saw it.
Yes, we did. But it's just like Coach If said, they got to, try to stop the run game because Canfield just wants to control the ball and everything. So Dover now is going to have to play that no mistake game, or they're going to be in trouble if they're going to let Canfield eat up the clock like this.
236-117. Once again, winning the ball number 236.
The Canfield Cardinals ready to kick it away. There's John Delick will tow it at the 40. Mahalam, Johnson, and Evans back deep for the Tornadoes with 40 seconds to go. Little pooch kick taken by one of the up men at the 35. About the 39-yard line. A flag comes flying in there at the end of the play.
That might be a face mask again.
So we're waiting for the signal here. And let's hear the call. Well, you rarely see that once in a game. We've seen it twice already here in the first quarter against the same team. Like a technique issue or something there.
These big pileups. The last time we saw it was down on the goal line where you had 5 or 6 guys involved in the tackle, and the same thing on this kickoff. Canfield can't afford to give Dover this type of field position all the time.
So Dover with its second opportunity to score here. They are already inside Canfield territory. As Swinnerman looks to the outside, little jailbreak screen as we've been told. And it's down inside the 45, down to about the 40. So the Tornadoes looking at second down and about 6 after the gain of 4. So the hand signals, the receivers check it out. Swinnerman drops back, let's go down the middle of the field. Couldn't quite get to it, and Swinnerman hit the deck.
Yeah, they got to him that time. Number 60 from Canfield, and of course we don't have a number 60 on our program.
I've got it. You're right, we do not. I believe that, you know what? I believe that is Anthony Gelanace. He wears 89 and 60, so there you have it. Third down and 6 with 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Swinnerman has the first down to the 31-yard line. So Derek Swinnerman doesn't do it often, but he can be very effective when he pulls it down and runs with it.
It's a nice run. I mean, he's a good-sized kid, 6'4", 180 pounds, and he runs it pretty good.
Tornadoes trying to milk all they can out of this quarter. We're down to about 12 seconds to go. I don't think they're in any huge rush, but they might try to snap one more here. Across the middle, Schneeberger's got it. Down to the 17-yard line, and that is going to wrap up the first quarter with the score tied between Dover and Canfield at 7-7. We'll come back with second quarter action on Big Time Sports in a moment. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Ready to go with second quarter action. Don't forget, from suits to work boots, try Miller Clothing and Shoes in downtown New Philly. Your friend Marty Miller's got all the brands you want, so stop in and see him at Miller Clothing and Shoes in downtown New Philadelphia. Swinnerman looks to the outside, and Murphy could not hang on to it. We also want to remind you about Gary's Italian Market and Deli at 810 North Tuscarawas Avenue in Dover. There's a Big Time Sports special from your buddies here at Big Time Sports. An Italian sub with the works for $3. Tell them that Big Time Sports sent you in. That's at Gary's Italian Market and Deli, 810 North Tuscarawas Avenue in Dover. They have catering, gift baskets for all occasions. You name it, they've got it at Gary's Italian Market and Deli. So second down and 10 after the incompletion. Dover with it at the Canfield 18-yard line. Scott Robinson and Bruce Witter with you. Swinnerman across the middle, had a man there. He got clocked, I thought, a little early, but they're going to say good defensive play. No complaining. So must have been an optical illusion. And it'll be third down and 10. So the Tornadoes have misfired here a couple of times, Bruce.
Yeah, 3 out of the last 4 have fallen to the ground.
Across the middle, dangerous territory there, intended for Zahner. And now we'll see if they decide to send Zach Rafter out. And it looks like they will. And this is going to be about a 35-yarder, roughly.
You see Canfield starting to get a little more heat. They're bringing a few more people, you know, and getting a little more heat on Swinnerman, making him to throw the ball a little sooner than he would like.
Well, Coach If mentioned that they have blitzes that they don't even know names for, so they will come after you. Rafter on to try the field goal. That one down the pipe. Is it long enough? It is, and it's good. So Dover on top, 10-7. That is a nice weapon to have, because a lot of schools don't have a kicker that can kick that 35, 40-yarder.
No, they even think about something like, you know, kicking that.
So the Tornadoes with the lead here in the second quarter. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll have the Big Jim's Burgers and More halftime report. We'll also have the Lavender Bridal Band Show. That's coming up here at halftime. Yeah, this is the second week in a row we've had a pretty darn good football game, and what a pleasure it is to do these.
Yeah, there's both teams. They're both playoff teams. They both have aspirations of playoffs this year, so you know you're getting the best of both here.
Rafter's kick, kind of a placement kick. It'll be taken by Kopp at about the 13, out to the 15, the 20, and down about the 21-yard line. So David Van Gilder making the special team stop. It'll be first and 10 here for the Canfield Cardinals.
See if Dover's made any adjustments to, trying to stop this running attack of Canfield. I think the biggest adjustment they can make is just tackle better.
Sometimes easier said than done.
Yes, it is.
So first down and 10 for Canfield. Out of the I formation. The handoff straight ahead to Rogers, and Rogers just keeps low, gets to the 25-yard line, a gain of 4.
I mean, right now, Canfield's offensive line is just, pretty much has control of the interior there right now. They're pushing Dover's defensive line right back off the ball.
Second down and 6 after the gain of 4. Last time Canfield had the ball, they held it for over 8 minutes. Italiano rolling, looks at the option, takes it himself to the 30, out to about the 33-yard line, and should be another first down for the Cardinals. Well, we've seen a lot of players coming off the sideline defensively for the Tornadoes, and that just is not the usual scenario.
Yeah, I think they're searching right now. You know, they have 2 defensive interior linemen out of the game, so they're searching, trying to find someone to step up right now.
The handoff, quick hitter, and not much there. As the Tornadoes have shut down Bryce Jackson, but they have not been able to control, or in some cases, John Rogers.
Yeah, and Italiano's passing as well. He's hit some big plays. You know, they had 3rd down and 30, and he got a first down out of it.
And we've got a stoppage in play here for an injury. With 10:09 to go here in the second quarter, Dover leading Canfield 10-7. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more in a moment right here on Big Time Sports. Brian Benson, the injured Cardinal, he was able to walk off under his own power. So with 10:06 to go and rolling here in the second quarter, it's 2nd down and 9 for Canfield. Italiano just takes the snap. And nowhere to go. Nice defensive play there as Dylan Knight. Right place at the right time, and Italiano went down after no gain.
About the only thing that's thrown Canfield's offense off is the bad snaps out of the shotgun formation. So you may see Canfield back in more with the quarterback under center to try to eliminate that problem.
So Rogers, the lone back in the backfield with Italiano on 3rd down and 9. Ball's loose. That time another bad snap. And I guess if you want to say Dover's defense held, I guess that's the case. Got a little bit of a gift there on 3rd down. And Canfield's going to have to kick it away. Drake Kopp will come on to boot it away for Canfield. It'll be Mahalam and Evans back deep for the Tornadoes, standing at about their own 35-yard line. Now, Kopp's a pretty good punter, as I recall, from his days at Garraway. And that one, not one of his better efforts, as it's going to go out of bounds. Wow.
Dover's going to have great.
They're going to have good field position.
Great field position again.
It should be about midfield. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good spot of where it actually went out of bounds based on where they caught it on the sideline.
This is about the third. Well, it's the 3rd time Dover's had the ball, and I think they've had it, you know, at least outside their 40-yard line each time or close.
Canfield's done a pretty nice job defending the multiple routes run by the Dover receivers at this stage in the game. So 1st down and 10. Swinnerman dropping straight back, looks to the outside, had a man there. Looks like they dropped it at about the 43-yard line. Zahner tried to hang on to it. It was incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Canfield's trying to cover some of these wide receivers with linebackers, you know, and bring some extra people. I mean, if Dover can, you know, hold them out here, that could bode well for a deep pass for a touchdown.
2nd down and 10. Swinnerman drops back, reloads, launches it. Mahalam has it at about the 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Hey, don't forget about our friends at the Bargain Hunter. They've moved, in case you missed them in downtown Dover, they've moved to 225 West 2nd Street in Dover, above Advantage Paints. And the phone number is still the same, 330-343-4377. That's the Bargain Hunter. They're now at 225 West 2nd Street in Dover. Third down, long 4. Tornadoes with 5 wides, and that is going to be a problem along the Dover offensive line.
Get no foul. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
That was pretty discombobulated.
I'm not quite sure what they were attempting to do there, but takes them from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9, which isn't a real huge factor in this offense since it's a passing style offense.
We've got Randy Petrullo in there at right tackle, replacing Dylan Knight here temporarily. Swinnerman in trouble, launches it out of bounds, and it's 4th down. So Dover's going to have to punt the football away.
Yeah, Dover's passing attack has really gone flat since that first series when they were 5 for 5. Now, since then, they've only been about 2 for 8. Here's your punt, finally, for Dover.
Yeah, I think they've punted before, but that's a pretty decent punt there by Mahalo. Fumbled by Jackson. Ball's loose. I think Dover's got it. There's a mad scramble, but the Tornadoes were there, and they're going to have the football. You just could tell Jackson didn't have a good feel for that football. He was kind of searching for it, and then it went right through his hands. As we get another look on the Weaver Barnes rewind.
Well, it's a punt. You see it gets up in the air, and it doesn't really turn the nose over, so it's kind of coming straight down, and he can't get under it like a center fielder. And couldn't get it cradled.
Looks like it was Calvin Farmer that made the recovery there for the Tornadoes. And it's 1st down and 10 at the 18-yard line. So the Tornadoes trying to open up the middle of the field, and man, there is nobody in the middle of the field for Canfield right now. They're going to try running the football here a couple of times as Keith Johnson will carry it.
Keith Johnson on the carry.
Inside the 15 for a gain of about 3, 2nd down and 7. Scott Robinson and Bruce Witter with you here from Crater Stadium in Dover. Tornadoes on top of Canfield, 10-7 on the Dover Dental Group scoreboard. Out of the shotgun now. On 2nd and 7, Swinnerman had the pass go through the hands of Schneeberger at about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, that one was pretty much right on the money. They got to make that catch.
Zahner has been somewhat ignored here in this first half. They've thrown to him 2 or 3 times maybe, but boy, the first game against Carrollton, he caught everything in sight. To the outside, Ian Murphy, he's going to lose yardage back to the 20-yard line. Looked like they were trying to set up their little the jailbreak screenplay there.
And that was a great play by number 47, Dante DiLorenzo. I mean, he just blew that play up right in their face.
Well, here we go again, almost an instant replay. Rafter's going to come on and try about a 35-yard field goal. So we'll see if he can add to Dover's lead here. Good snap. Kick is up. That's more solid, but is it to the right? Yes, it is. It's to the right of the goalpost, and it's no good.
Plenty of leg. He just hooked it a little bit.
He actually hit that one better than the first one.
Yes. So that's a very good opportunity squandered there with the muff punt, getting the ball deep in Canfield's territory.
So with 6:14 to go here in the second quarter, Canfield will take over. I want to remind you about our good friends at Crocker's Barn Grill in downtown Dover as they sponsor our kickoff, and they are open now on Sundays starting September 12th. They'll be open, so you can go in and watch your favorite NFL games. They've got great lunch specials all week, and they've got expanded hours on Thursdays until 11 o'clock. The kitchen will be open, and until midnight on Fridays. So go in and catch your favorite Browns, Steelers, Ohio State game. Crocker's Barn Grill in downtown Dover.
7-6, 7-1-8. Once again,
Also, we want to tell you about our friends at Fenton's Festival of Lights in New Philadelphia. At Fenton's Festival of Lights, they have affordable elegance at its best. Visit Fenton's Festival of Lights and discover the unique selection of affordable lighting for your home. Known for their quality and style, you can visit Fenton's Festival of Lights on Ray Avenue Northwest in New Philadelphia. So, Bruce, how about your impressions here of this first half so far?
Well, it's like you talked about. These are two playoff caliber football teams. They're both doing what they do best. Canfield running the football, trying to control everything. Dover throwing the football. Defenses, they're trying to do some things to try to throw the other team off. So it's been an excellent football game so far.
Drake Kopp in at quarterback. Zips it down the middle to Jackson. He's got wide open field. At the 40, the 35, Murphy's trying to stop him and will bring him down at around the 17-yard line of the Dover Tornadoes. And boy, Drake Kopp comes in, zips one down the field, and things have changed pretty dramatically.
Yeah, zipped them to good for 64 yards right off the get-go from their own 20 down inside the Dover 20.
Kopp was the starting quarterback as the season broke open, and Italiano played last week against Canton South, and now they've decided to give him a series or two apparently in this one. As the snap over the head of Kopp. Tornadoes after it. Kopp's going to have it all the way back at the 35-yard line. And that has got to drive the coaching staff crazy.
I mean, Dover hasn't really stopped Canfield. They've stopped themselves, particularly with these bad snaps. There you go, another bad snap for almost 20 yards. That's two bad snaps. It's cost them 20 yards each time. The one time they recovered from it, we'll have to see what happens here.
So second down and 25. And you're the quarterback. There's not much you can do. You've got to hustle to get to the footballs. We have another timeout by Canfield with 5:14 to go here in the second quarter. We will take a break. We'll come back with the remainder of the second quarter in a moment. So stay with us right here on Big Time Sports. Second down and 25 as we resume the second quarter. Kopp drops back, getting some pressure. Applin was after him, and he's going to be sacked at about the 29-yard line. Gained some yardage, but it's still third down. I'm sure they're looking at this as 4-down territory anyway. So
yeah, they're especially with Kopp in there, that they're throwing court. I mean, he was 7 of 9 the first week they played when they lost to Aurora. So he can throw the football, and we know that from watching him when he played at Garraway last year.
So third down and 23 after a short gain. They'll have trips right with Rogers in the backfield with Kopp. Again, a high snap. In trouble, the Tornadoes have it. Pierce Applin picked it out of the air, and the Tornadoes get the turnover. So another bad snap, another turnover. And Canfield is not going to win this game if they can't get that figured out.
No, definitely not. They better be on the sideline practicing that, because either that or for the center, he might be hiding over there somewhere.
I'm guessing he's trying to switch jerseys with somebody. First down and 10 for the Tornadoes. They lead it 10-7. Plenty of time. Good field position at their own 37. Swinnerman in trouble, takes a big hit, able to get it away, but it's incomplete. Had a lot of time, nobody open.
Yeah, that's the problem. I saw Coach Ift had the offensive line on the sidelines here, when Dover was on defense, and I know what he's telling them. They're going to bring in everybody. They just got to step up and try to give Swinnerman some time.
So Swinnerman looks to run it himself, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of +1.
If you look out there on the left side of the field, you can see Canfield's got 2 guys covering Dover's 3 on the far side of the field, but they always drop off the linebacker to try to cover, the middle guy out there. You see 47, he'll probably drop out of the picture and try to cover out out on that side, but Swinnerman just did not get enough time.
So 3rd down and 9. Swinnerman again in trouble. Gets it across the middle. Colton Zonners got it. And that'll be good enough, I believe, for the 1st down. Now they're going to say it's no good, incomplete. So somebody, one of the officials came in from behind, waved it off. Okay, 4th down. So another punt here for the Tornadoes.
Here's the play. Zipped it right across the middle. You can see the ball squirt out right there laying on the ground. So good call by the official.
Another timeout for Canfield. And, you know, the Tornadoes here with the punt to come. You got to wonder if Canfield's saying, you know what, let's go after it this time. He's not really that quick at getting the ball out of there.
Well, you know, since the first series of the game, when Dover just took it right down the field and scored, and we talked about it being too easy and so forth, ever since then, Canfield's taken this game over. The only reason Canfield's not ahead, it's like you said, Scott, they've shot themselves in the foot with, you know, about 3 or 4 or 5 high snaps over the quarterback's head.
So Logan Mahalam will kick it away. Jordan Italiano is the lone deep back at about his own 30-yard line. They're looking at 11 to rush here. And Mahalam hits a nice high kick that Italiano's going to fair catch at about the 33-yard line. So Canfield decided to try, and then they wanted a block, didn't get it. Still got decent field position and plenty of time with 3:37 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Coming up at the half, we'll have the Big Jim's Burgers and More halftime report. Also have a look at the Lavender Bridal Band Show featuring the Dover Marching Tornadoes.
You see Italiano's backing into quarterback position.
Well, if you can't snap it in the shotgun, Kopp isn't going to help you too much. So Jackson with the carry. See if they just go under center here for a while just to try and settle things down.
Doesn't seem like they're in too much of a hurry, especially with the decent field position they have.
Yeah, they have made a couple of big plays here so far tonight. They'll stay in the eye. They've used up 2 timeouts. They've got 1 remaining. Hand off to Jackson. And he is wrapped up after a short gain. Chance Shaloski wrapped him up from his linebacker spot. And it's 3rd down and about 5. Really, I think this first half, Tornadoes fortunate to be on top, and they've been searching for a lot of help from the side.
Yeah, they could be down a couple of scores in reality.
Italiano has got a man out there. It's Rauscher, the tight end. And that'll move the chains again and stop the clock with 2:19 to go.
Another big pass play there. It looks like they're always looking for 48, their tight end. He's the big play guy in the passing attack for Canfield.
So 1st down and 10. Canfield back in the shotgun. This has always been an adventure here in this first half. That time a good snap. Italiano gets a block by Rogers, pitches it out to Jackson. And Jackson's going to turn into a positive of about 3 yards, a positive gain. And Italiano, good play by him as he held it to the last second till he pitched it. And we've got an injured Cardinal down.
Yeah, Italiano is a really, really good athlete.
And it looks like he's down, right? Well, no, I'm sorry. He's in the huddle. So we've got 1 player down, though, here.
Is that 72?
As we take another look.
Pitch. And like you said, he turned a 5-yard loss into a 4-yard gain.
Looks like it's 32. Might have got rolled up right there.
Yep.
And 32. Is Connor Lowe's. So we'll see if they can assist him. Give us a chance to tell you about Dover Brake. Fine folks at Dover Brake. They pride themselves on providing outstanding customer service and delivery while specializing in everything to do with brakes. You can get them at 330-878-5951, or you can find them on Route 21 north of Strasburg. Be sure to also check out their heavy-duty equipment sales. So Canfield's been on a roll here. They are facing 2nd down and 7 here when we return to action. And it's really, Bruce, it's really surprising we don't see more injuries. The game has become so much more physical in the last few years.
And too, you get these spread offenses with people running all over the place, and they're more apt to get rolled up on with these pileups and so forth. So, but the conditioning that these coaches, year-round thing now for these kids, their conditioning and so forth. So that's a great thing for them when it comes to avoiding injuries.
2nd down and 7. Italiano under pressure. He's going to be sacked. As Pierce Applin in there again for the Tornadoes. Tripped him up. And a loss back to about the 43-yard line. So that'll take it from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 11. Again, in that area that maybe 2-down territory here as we get another look at it.
You see Dover gets a good surge up the middle by number 5, Pierce Applin, and they get to Italiano. Once again, they look for number 48 here, Rauscher, the tight end in these situations.
They've got Jackson split out in the slot too. His ball's loose again. Tornadoes look like they've got it at the bottom of the pile. Well, nope, they're going to say Canfield came up with it. You've got to say their center play has been poor. There's other words you could use, but poor is about as good as you can use.
Yeah, you're being pretty kind.
So let's see what happens. Never got off the ground. Hit
him right in the shin. Well, that was a big opportunity. Boy, yep, kid from Canfield got in there and got it away.
A bunch of Tornadoes trying to find some statistics for themselves this week among fumbles recovered. And they're just going to take a 5-yard penalty here and run the clock down as much as they can, down to 18 seconds.
The offense, 5-yard penalty. Go 4th down.
So a little psychological game going on there. Actually, that's good coaching maneuver. Run off as much time as they can. With 18 seconds to go, if they can pin Dover deep in their own territory, the Tornadoes might just say, you know what, we're ahead, let's go in the locker room. And a nice kick that's going to stay in bounds. Mahalam, though, stepped out of bounds, stepped back inbounds to receive the kick. So I'm not sure. I guess they're just going to place it, and we'll continue here with 9 seconds to go in the quarter. Don't know what the rule is in high school when you step out of bounds and step back in and receive the punt. That's the first time I've seen that happen. So the Tornadoes in the spread with 9 seconds. They lead at 10-7. A long way to go. And they'll just take a knee here, and they'll head to the locker room. So at halftime, the Dover Tornadoes lead the Canfield Cardinals 10-7. We'll be back with our Big Jim's Burgers and more halftime report and the Lavender Bridal Band Show. That's all coming up. Stay with us here on Big Time Sports. And we're at halftime with the Dover Tornadoes leading Canfield 10-7. And it's time now for the Lavender Bridal Band Show. The Dover Tornado Marching Band coming onto the field. And we want to remind you about Lavender Bridal. They offer the newest styles for the bride to be and for the entire wedding party. You can also view an assortment of wedding gowns, designers, for the bridesmaids, for the mother of the couple, the flower girl dresses, ring bearers, tuxes. They've got it all at Lavender Bridal. So let's go down to the field and take a listen to the Dover Tornado Marching Band.
This is Free Ride. We feature our very talented majorettes to this Spring Walker by Bon Jovi. This is Bad Medicine.
And special thanks to Karen Stokey and the fine folks at Lavender Bridal. You can visit them online at www.lavenderbridalsalon.com for all the latest styles. Thanks again to Lavender Bridal for their sponsoring of our halftime band show. Well, we have a chance here. We want to take a look at the Big Jim's Burgers and More halftime report. And Bruce, there were so many losses for the Canfield Cardinals that it really has changed things up and affected the stats here for the first half.
Yeah, a little deceiving on these stats, particularly the rushing yardage for Canfield. They had 26 attempts for 45 yards, but they also launched the ball over the quarterback's head about 5 times for total losses there of 51 yards. So they had about 100 yards rushing in the first half. Very effective passing, 6 for 6 for 123 yards. The one big play, 64 yards from Drew Kopp to the tight end Rauscher. Total yards, 168. They did have 2 big turnovers, a muff punt, and 1 fumble loss. For Dover, rushed the ball only 4 times for 13 yards. Their passing after that first series really hit the skids, but they were 8 of 17 for 95 yards. Total 108 yards and no turnovers.
All right, that is the Big Jim's Burgers and More halftime report. As you get a look at the Dover Tornado Marching Band, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with the opening kickoff of the third quarter. So stay with us right here on Big Time Sports. Ready to go with the third quarter, as the Dover Tornadoes will kick it away to the Canfield Cardinals. It'll be Bryce Jackson and Blake Jackson back at about their own 5-yard line as Zach Rafter ready to boot it for the Tornadoes. And it'll be Bryce Jackson having trouble handling it at the 10, has it at the 15. Still slithering through the Tornado special teams. Keith Johnson there to make the stop along with Schneeberger. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Canfield Cardinals. And it looks like they will come out. Let's see who they bring in at quarterback. That's what I was looking for. Looks like Italiano is going to stay in at quarterback. See if they can get something going, I'm sure, on the ground here. Well, not exactly the great guesser, as Christian Ift got pasted there by Rauscher after the whistle. Fans a little upset about that. The pass was incomplete at second down and 10. So second down and 10. As we thought they'd come out and run, what do you know? They pass. So And they use their running quarterback to pass, so that's kind of unusual.
But they do have him under center.
Out of the eye, they'll look for the pitch. Jackson has it. He's going to have some running room to the 30. He'll have the first down out at the 32-yard line. See if the Tornadoes can come up with an answer here defensively to slow down the Cardinals when they have the football. So it was a gain of 12. Dover leading at 10-7, and there's not been a whole lot of offense.
Not since the first series by both teams. You know, both teams scored touchdowns off the first series, and that's the last touchdowns we've seen.
Rafter made a 35-yard field goal for the Tornadoes, also missed one of similar length in the second quarter. And a nice gain of about 4. It'll be second down and 6.
You know, it's like we talked about at halftime, Scott, that Canfield could easily be up a couple scores, you know, at halftime if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot with, you know, numerous missiles that they launched over the quarterback's head.
Missiles, that's a nice term.
Yeah, I didn't. That's what it looked like.
I'll say. They picked him up on satellite. Second down and 6. Italiano slips inside, has some running room at midfield, still on his feet, cuts to the outside at the 45, and it's a foot race. Murphy finally is going to bring him down out of bounds, and a penalty flag after that. So another 15 yards going to be tacked on to that, and they're going to end up down around, maybe the 20 or inside the 20-yard line.
25-yard run, tack on 15 more for personal foul, and now they're deep in Dover territory.
So they're going to mark it, the penalty off from about the 37-yard line, so it'll be down around the 22-yard line, roughly.
Things went pretty smooth in the first half, getting a little chippy here already in the second half.
Well, that time they just chased him so far. I think they wanted to make sure that they were able to stop him as we get another replay.
Here's the replay. It's that option again.
I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get through this, as we're going to have to go back to live action. So Italiano looks across the middle. Wide open is Rauscher, the tight end, and he is down to about the 9-yard line. And they have not done a very good job of covering the tight end.
No, Rauscher's been running pretty open right on those seams up inside.
There we go. Let's take a finishing look at the big play replay of that run by Italiano.
Yeah, there was one missed tackle, 2 missed tackles. He's off to the races. Number 8 for Dover, Ian Murphy's going to run him down, and then they just run him to the track after that.
So as we return to live action, Italiano hits the deck for a loss back to about the 13-yard line, so a loss of 4. Schneeberger makes the stop, and it'll be second and goal.
Loss of 4 yards. Second and goal for Canfield.
So they'll stay in the eye. Jackson, the deep back. Rogers, the up man. Italiano looks to take it himself across the middle of the field, and he almost got away, but Pierce Applin with a shoestring tackle saved the touchdown.
Yeah, big tackle there.
So it'll be third down as the pick up about 3 yards. Now here they might have an opportunity for a field goal if they don't make it here on third down.
I don't know. It doesn't look like they have a very good kicker, so I think they'll probably, 4-down territory. They'll probably try to punch it in here 2 plays.
Italiano rolling. Looks to go back to the backside. Ball's knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
And look who's standing wide open back on the backside, our number 48, Mr. Rauscher.
Looked like maybe Eric Abiel got his hands up, knocked that one down.
Yeah, that was a well planned out play. Little screen back to the tight end on that roll away, but good job by the Dover defense to knock the ball down.
So we're going to get a field goal try here by John Delick. And it's going to be about a 26-yarder. Good snap, and the kick looked like it could have been deflected in any account. It is no good. And the score remains Dover 10, Canfield 7.
It was a big defensive series for Dover there, keeping them out of the end zone after the big run and the penalty.
Maybe give them a little bit of confidence there. If Dover's susceptible, their defensive secondary has looked a little bit susceptible.
Their tackling is not very good. I mean, you got to give number 2 from Canfield, Jordan Italiano. I mean, he's a very good runner, very nice runner, but Dover's tackling has not been real good tonight.
So the Tornadoes are going to take it over, first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. In motion is Evans. They'll hand it off back inside there to Keith Johnson, it looks like. And he'll have a gain of just a couple. So we're trying a little misdirection there, maybe trying to get the running game going.
Yeah, it's the first time they've ran motion out of that set, and they usually have been in an empty backfield, but that time they had a running back.
So on second down and 8. Swinnerman looks to the outside, finds Zahner. Zahner's got some running room at the 35, the 40. To midfield and down to the 40-yard line of the Canfield Cardinals.
There's your jailbreak screen, Scott.
They ran it to perfection, and as our camera crew has picked up, we'll take another look at the replay here, and then we'll get to that.
Good block. 2 good blocks.
3 good blocks.
3 good blocks.
Executed it to perfection, and Zahner with the big play down to the 39-yard line of Canfield. Evans in motion. They'll hand it off to Johnson, and he gets another first down at the 28-yard line. One of the things we've noticed, camera crews have picked up in the truck, the fact that Derek Swinnerman has got his right hand pretty heavily taped. Can't tell if it's his thumb. It appears to be maybe his thumb and wrist area that are taped up. And we're not sure what impact that might have. As if the picture gets a little hazy, we can thank the kindly neighbor near Crater Stadium that always decides to have a fire. As Johnson bounces to the outside for a couple of yards.
Dover's come out now in the second half, rather than 5 wide with an empty backfield, or 4 wide with a running back, due to try to give Swinnerman a little more protection back there from the blitzes, and also they can get that cross buck action with the running backs out of the motion in the old wing T style offense.
2nd and 7. Swinnerman drops back across the middle. Evans has got it at the 20. Nice gain there of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Dover really trying to pick up the pace here with 6:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. The handoff to Johnson, and he'll have the first down. So Dover starting to hit a little bit of a stride here offensively.
Yeah, it's just like they did the first drive of the first half. Took it right down the field and scored, and now they're looking to do the same thing here with their first series in the second half.
So 1st down and 10. Ball to Canfield 17. Evans in motion. And the handoff again to Johnson. They're going to keep pounding Johnson, and before you know it, Evans is going to get a carry, and it's going to go.
Yeah, they're going to, quit fake, give it to him, because he's in full stride when he's getting that fake, and if he can get that corner and turn the corner, he's going to get himself in the end zone or a big gainer.
2nd and 8 for the Tornadoes.
So the Tornadoes step up to the line of scrimmage with 2nd down and 8 from the 15. Swinnerman in trouble across the middle. There's got to be pass interference there. Got to be.
It wasn't that bad a play, but he had his hand on his back. The old, he had his hand up in the air to block it, but he raked his hand right across the back of the receiver.
I don't think there was much doubt about it there.
They had the blitz coming, and right there, see how he turned him?
So that'll put Dover in business inside of the 10 with a first down.
Go. Automatic first down.
So the Tornadoes really, points are precious here, and they got a chance to take control of this with a touchdown.
Yeah, you're down in the red zone inside the 10. You want 7 here, not 3.
The handoff to Mahalam, and he's tripped up back at the 9-yard line. So second down and goal.
Jordan Italiano on the tackle. Loss of a yard. Second and goal for the Tornadoes.
So second down and goal. 5 minutes to go here, third quarter. Dover leading at 10-7. Dover's gone a little bit to the running game here in this drive.
Yeah, like I said, they had an empty backfield the whole first half, so they really couldn't run the football much.
Swinnerman looks to dish it over to Evans, who would have gotten decent yardage. I'm not sure he would have scored, but it would have been a positive play. And it's overthrown.
Third and goal for the Tornadoes.
So it's third down and goal. I don't think I've ever seen 3 field goal attempts in a single game.
No, but you need positive yardage here. Pick up 5, 6, or 7 to at least give yourself a shot at maybe going for the end zone rather than the field goal. Now we're empty in the backfield, 5 wide.
So Swinnerman looks across the middle. He's got a man there and not even close as Zahner trying to run a little slant.
Jared Swinnerman's pass is incomplete, intended for Colton Zahner.
And it'll be fourth down. So now the decision comes to Dan Ift.
You know what he's thinking. He knows he needs a touchdown.
He knows field goal does him no good.
It does him some good because it keeps him in the game, but he knows he needs to make a statement. They need to make a statement.
So it's fourth down and goal from the 9-yard line. See what they dial up offensively here. Across the middle, Mahalam's there. It's incomplete. Good coverage. And the Tornadoes fail to get in the end zone, and Canfield takes over.
Well, Coach Ift, he's putting that confidence in his defense. I mean, that was, a good play, had good protection by the offensive line, and just didn't complete the job.
Well, you're right, Bruce. They're going to need, you would think, more than a field goal. Field goal doesn't even put them a touchdown ahead, so really wouldn't have helped all that much. And if you don't make it like they did not, as we take another look at it here, you still got Canfield pinned back deep in their own territory.
Right.
Jackson in trouble. And the big play by the Dover defense as Keith Johnson in there to rip down Jackson back at the 4-yard line, so a loss of 5. That helps. Yeah,
that's a big play because Canfield, not real comfortable with the passing game, but they made that little fake off those off the running play. It's all play action, so
I bet you won't see the shotgun here.
No, that could be an easy 2 for Dover then for the safety.
They look at the option. Italiano's got some room to run. Gets to the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30. They have the angle on him, and they'll take him down at about the 45-yard line. And again, the Dover defense breaks down. A nice play by Italiano. Boy, the Tornadoes had him.
Yeah, they had him in right where they wanted him, I guess you would say. And then our boy snapped off a 50-yard run to put him right back in business.
Well, you can see a little bit why Drake Kopp has been unseated as the quarterback at Canfield.
Yeah, if you run the ball as well as this kid does. And he can throw it. He throws a nice pass when they need it, but he's definitely a threat, on the ground.
First down and 10 at the Dover 46. The pitch to Jackson. He's got a little bit of room if he can get to the corner. Shilasky chasing him. They finally get him out of bounds with the help of Eric Abiel over there on the far side.
Knocked out of bounds by Eric Abiel.
So Canfield has really put an impressive drive together thanks to the big play there by Italiano.
Well, just see what happens. They've they've basically stopped themselves rather than Dover stopping them.
Out of the I formation. The handoff to Rogers, and he just bulls straight ahead, and he is going to be close to the first down at about the 36-yard line. Hey, don't forget, too, about the big-time sports special at Gary's Italian Market in Deli at 810 North Tuscarawas Avenue in Dover. You get an Italian sub with the works for $3. Tell them Big Time Sports sent you in there to Gary's Italian Market in Deli on North Tuscarawas Avenue in Dover. They also have specialty deli meats. They have cheeses and salads, sub sandwiches, and deli trays, all at Gary's Italian Market in Deli in Dover. Well, first down and 10 at the 36-yard line. Italiano slipped and looked like his knee went down, and that's what they're going to call. If he'd have gotten away there, he had plenty of running room on that left side.
Yeah, he doesn't think he was down. Maybe we have a replay here to see.
It was close.
Here it is.
Oh, boy. That is close.
That is real close. He had a lot of room out there on the outside.
So loss of a couple. It's second down and 12.
Boy, momentum has really changed sides here just in the past 3 or 4 minutes.
Italiano looks to go to the outside. There's Rogers, that little screen play. Nice yardage. Probably picked up 7 or 8.
There's about 2 or 3 options off that little pass play right there. They fake to the running back, and he slips out in the flat. The tight end, Rauscher, gets on that seam down in the middle of the field. So they got a couple of looks there off of that little play-action pass.
So it'll be third down and 4. Scott Robinson and Bruce Witter with you here from Crater Stadium in Dover. Tornadoes and Canfield locked up in a good one. Tornadoes on top by 3 right now as a collision in the backfield. Italiano's in trouble, gets away from Evans. Ball's loose, looks like he's going to have to cover it at about the 36-yard line. They're going to say it was incomplete. Boy, that was close as to whether it was a pass or a fumble.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get it back to throw it.
So it'll be fourth down, and I don't think there's much doubt they'll go for it here. That was pretty close. I actually didn't think he...
Here's the replay.
Let's see if the arm's going forward here. Evans had him. He's chasing him. Knocks it out. That was not a pass. That was I think it was a fumble.
I think you saw the arm come forward. That's probably what they called it off.
Yeah, the ball was definitely out of there, though, I think, before that arm came forward. So we got a timeout on the field. Fourth down and 4. Doesn't make any difference what we think. The call was incomplete.
And normally when we think, we only get in trouble.
That's true. That's why we quickly move on to another conversation. You get a good look at Dan Ift. Thanks to the Dennison T-shirt graphics there. They get a look at Dan Ift pacing the sidelines. A little nervous in this one. Usually by now the game is comfortably in hand here at Crater Stadium, but this one, tight one. So the timeout over, and now Canfield will come out and try to do something here on 4th and 4. And boy, do they have a lot of different options and players that they could use. You know, Italiano just on his feet can make it. They can use the tight end, which has been open. That Rauscher has been open on many, many times. Out of the I formation. Italiano looks to pass, has a man open, and it's caught. And the pass complete down to the 15-yard line. The catch by Connor Lowe's. And that a nice gain of about 15.
It's that same action again with the tailback out in the flat, Rauscher on the seam, and that time he went to the wide receiver.
Well, they had a couple of receivers in that same direction, and I thought it was overthrown for a minute, and then Lowe's was the deep man on that pattern and caught it. So first down and 10. Italiano in trouble, and The Tornadoes grab him and bring him down there. So it looks like Keith Johnson again on the stop.
Tackle by Leo Gable, along with Keith Johnson. Loss of yards, second 11 for the Cardinals.
So we're winding down this third quarter, minute 24 to go. Canfield will stay in the eye. And Rogers with nowhere to go.
John Rogers on the carry.
Dover only had the ball for one series in this quarter, Scott, and squandered a great scoring opportunity. It's just like Coach Schiff, was concerned about Canfield eating up the clock, and that's what they've done here in the second half.
So third down and 12. They can still get a first down without scoring. Italiano with the run pass option, looks across the middle, has got a man there, and it's touchdown Canfield. The catch made by Mike Ross. So let's take another look at it.
There's just pretty much only one receiver in this play, and you can see him hitting right across the middle. Good move, and he gets into the end zone.
The extra point kick is not even close. So it leaves it at 13-10. Canfield up by 3 in the Dover Dental Group scoreboard. So that brings a field goal back into play, whereas if the extra point had been made, it would have made a 4-point spread. So Canfield, with the long drive, they started clear back on about their own 10-yard line. They were pushed back to about their 5, ripped off a long run, and then took it in.
Yes, they did. A big momentum swing there, right with that big 50-yard run that Italiano made.
With the Tornadoes, we have not seen them be quite as sharp offensively as they were that first week against Carrollton. Last week, they were off a little bit. With a lot of turnovers, and this week they have sputtered a bit, but they haven't had a lot of chances.
They've still piled. They've been averaging, the first 2 games 50-some points a game, and they've only got 10 on the board and have not scored a touchdown since the first series of this game.
Well, now the Tornadoes are going to have to suck it up and figure out a way to make this happen here in this last quarter and 26 seconds. Evans is going to take it back at his own 20 to the 25, has some running room to the 30, 35, 40, and tripped up around the 44-yard line.
Great field position again for Dover to start.
And we've got an injured Canfield Cardinal down, so that's going to hold up play here.
Dover has got to take advantage of this great field position. But you got to give credit where credit's due. Canfield's defense has been very, very good.
So we're going to have a momentary delay here as we're winding down this third quarter. And don't forget about our good friends at Crocker's Bar and Grill. They have expanded hours during football season. They're open until 11 o'clock on Thursdays and until midnight on Fridays. So stop in and see the fine folks there. Monday night's burger night. Tuesday night, you get $6 pizza and 45-cent wings. Wednesday night's Mexican night. Thursday, various homemade specials. And on Friday and Saturday, steaks, fish, and chops. So that is Crocker's Bar and Grill, 236 North Tuscarawas Avenue in Dover. So there is some concern for the injured Cardinal there. And taking a good long look at him. They've got him laid out in a prone position here. Looked like it might have been a knee type injury, knee or ankle, maybe. So we're not sure. Takes a little momentum away from the Cardinals there as if this injury is anything significant, but it looks like he may be okay.
You've got him sitting up anyway.
Looks like they're going to bring him over to the sideline and maybe do a little further evaluation. So the Dover Tornadoes with some work to do here as they trail by 3, Bruce.
Yeah, this is once again great field position, and they have that weapon. You know, they're only down 3 with that missed extra point. You know, and they have the kicking weapon. So if they can get it down, at least get a field goal, get it tied up, that'll be you know, it could be big for them. They need a touchdown just to get some confidence back.
Tell you what, Canfield's had a couple of kids banged up pretty heavily here tonight.
It's been a pretty physical, hard-hitting football game.
Dover's dealt out some punishment. I know Dan Ift was worried about the physicality of Canfield, but Dover's dished it out as well. The handoff inside. That play has not really fooled anybody tonight. Canfield well coached. They were ready for it. Gain of about 1 there by Johnson. And it's 2nd down and 9, and that's going to run out the 3rd quarter. So it is 13-10. Canfield leading Dover. We'll come back with 4th quarter action in a moment from Crater Stadium. So stay with us right here on Big Time Sports. Ready to go, 4th quarter. Dover with the football at their own 46-yard line. Swinnerman has a man across the middle of the field. Murphy had it. It was deflected. I think he caught it back to himself. I think he tipped it, caught it, and it's going to be a 1st down. So quite a play there by Murphy. Is a couple of players there. Murphy and the defender battling for it. He wrestled it away, and it's a 1st down for the Tornadoes.
You know, this thumb injury, I think, to Swinnerman, I think it's affected his, you know, he just hasn't been quite as sharp with his passing here in the 2nd half.
A screen jailbreak there, blitz-wise, and Swinnerman forced to recover that fumble. And the Tornadoes have really been bothered by this blitz action of Canfield. Second down and 21. Swinnerman's going to let it loose. Murphy is out there and nearly has it off his fingertips, though, at the 15-yard line.
That's what I was talking about right there. They got 2 guys covering 3 and tried to drop the defensive end. Here it is. You'll see the defensive end down here in the right corner try to cover the middle man, number 8 from Dover, on this long pass. And if you see downfield right here, right there, 47. I don't know that he can cover that.
So here we go on 3rd and 21. Swinnerman hit as he threw it, and it's incomplete. And Jackson delivered a big hit along with Rauscher on Swinnerman back at their own 40-yard line. It falls incomplete. 4th down. Dover is going to have to punt the football away. And that is not good news for the Tornadoes because of the style offense that Canfield plays.
Yeah, momentum has definitely changed sides here. Late in the 3rd quarter and early here in the 4th quarter.
Good punt by Mahalan. Taliana will take it at the 22-yard line. And I don't think it's any big secret that the first 4 games will determine Dover's playoff fate. The ECOL not particularly strong, or traditionally strong anyway. They've still got New Philadelphia out there at the end of the season, which that's always a good battle. Next week they've got Tri-Valley, so things really don't get any easier. Tri-Valley's a perennial playoff contender.
Kopp back in at quarterback, Scott.
See if they decide to pass. What do they decide to do? They decide to run the football. And out to the 25-yard line. They believe it was Rogers with a couple yards on that carry. That's Andrew Little on the stop for the Tornadoes. And I really do believe the Tornadoes have been affected by the injuries and the shifting of personnel, and that's difficult to overcome when you have 2 or 3 key injuries in 1 week.
Right. Yes, it is. Dover's going to load up in the box now. They're expecting Canfield just to run the football.
Kopp in trouble. Christy Nips got him. He got loose though. Kopp rolling to his left. Abio misses him. Still on his feet, and he'll turn it into a gain out to the 30-yard line. And boy, did they catch a break there. Dover just has not tackled very well.
Yeah, they turned a 10-yard loss into a 4-yard gain. And basically, as you can see here, here's one missed tackle there. You're going to see a second and a third before this is all said and done. 2, 3, 4. Yep. Not good.
So 3rd down and 4 out of the shotgun. Kopp looks to take it himself. This time, though, I don't think he's going to get away, and it'll be 4th down, and that was not one of those stellar plays. You know, you have to question why Italiano's not in there. I mean, flat out. You know, he's your running quarterback. Why is he not in there?
Yeah, you want to sustain the drive and eat up clock. I mean, that's good for Dover.
Yeah, it's great for Dover.
They should get excellent field position again.
So on the mistake meter, that one favors Dover.
Yep.
End over end kick. Evans is going to take it back at his own 33. They got the fence set up, it looked like, here to the right side, but Canfield well coached and they make the play.
Couldn't quite get to the wall. They had it set up down here on the Dover sideline. But they still have good field position at about their own 35-yard line, 34.
So the Tornadoes with another chance here. Down by 3 at 13-10. Scott Robinson and Bruce Witter bringing you this game from Crater Stadium. A great ball game. It's been exciting all throughout. See what the Tornadoes can do. And Swinnerman at the controls out of the shotgun. 5 wides in, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Swinnerman's going to go for it all. Mahalam's out there. He's alone. He's got it. 66-yard pass play. Touchdown, Dover.
He just runs right by him, Scott. I mean, he just has pretty good protection. And he just runs right by him. Right on the money.
Well, if I'm a Canfield fan, I'm not very happy the coach didn't have Italiano at quarterback in that last series.
Yeah, now he's in a situation he better have him there.
High snap. They get it down. The kick is up. And the kick is good by Rafter. Yeah, that makes it 17-13. Dover with the advantage.
One play, touchdown. The quick strike offense of Dover.
I guess we're going to call that thumb injury minor to Derek Swinnerman. For tonight, anyway.
Yeah. They put that one right on the money.
So 8:23 to go in the game. Dover with the lead at 17-13. It looks like a little malfunction with the Dover inflatable helmet. It's a little...
It might be on fire.
So the Tornadoes ready to kick it away. Rafter with the good boot. It'll be taken by Jackson. And he'll get out to about the 22-yard line. Wrapped up by Pierce Applin. And Pierce Applin's had a nice game filling in along the defensive line and playing on special teams. Coming up, we'll have the Texas Roadhouse post-game show, and also we'll be naming our Man or Restaurant MVP. And tonight it's a wide open field. So first down and 10. Italiano back at quarterback. The handoff to Jackson. Little and Johnson are there, along with a whole host of Tornadoes. Klinker is in there, along with Abio.
Initial hit by Keith Johnson. Pickup of 2. Second and 8 for the Cardinals.
Also, we want to tell you about Joe Fergus Insurance Agency, State Farm Insurance Agency in Canton, located at 2635 Cleveland Avenue Southwest in Canton. Office hours Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. They have 3 licensed professionals. And you want to stop in and see the Joe Fergus Insurance Agency folks, give them a call at 330-484-8420. Italiano looks to take it himself. Chance Shaloski says, nope, not going to happen. And pushes him straight back. So momentum, Dover.
Chance Shaloski along with Christian Ift. Gain of a yard, 3rd, 7.
So a gain of a yard, 3rd down and 7. So Canfield really in a tight spot now.
Yeah, big play both ways here.
Italiano looks to the outside. Jackson, another missed tackle by the Tornadoes, and he is going to be close, but I think short of the first down.
Yeah, 2 big missed tackles there. Canfield's going to have to punt it away.
So a play there for the Dover Tornadoes that turns into a big one.
Thing you might watch here, Kopp's the punter. So, you know, they may try something out of here, but there's a lot of time left.
So Kopp kicks one that is not a very good punt, and it heads to the sideline around midfield.
Yeah, they're probably going to get it in Canfield territory when it's all said and done. Great field position again.
Tornadoes take over the Canfield 48-yard line.
6:40 to go, and Dover with a chance to put an exclamation point on this one. We might see a heavy dose of Keith Johnson here as he's in the backfield along with Swinnerman on first down and 10. A handoff to Johnson, spins, ball's loose.
Ball.
They're going to call it down. They're going to say he was down.
Looked like he hit on his rear end and then coughed it up. Maybe we'll get a replay.
So it'll be 2nd down and 7. Looks like we're going to have it.
That little cross buck action again off the motion guy. Can see gets spun around, down,
and then ball comes
and then
out.
comes out.
Back to live action. Zonner with the catch. Penalty flag down. That's going to be 15 yards as a late hit on Zonner. Mental mistake there by Canfield as he was out of bounds. He was actually well out of bounds when a player came in late. So 15 yards and the automatic first down. Things looking up here for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, that's the type of stuff you don't need if you're on Canfield's side of the field. Go from having them third down to now you got them, give them first down way deep in your territory.
So the Tornadoes driving here for what I would consider to be a clinching score. Johnson, plenty of running room. Down to the 22-yard line. This has been just as tough a game this year as it was last year. Dover lost 22-21 in double overtime at Canfield.
Well, Dover kicks a field goal, they're up 7, and you could possibly look at overtime possibilities again.
Five and a half minutes to go. Dover in no hurry. 2nd down and 6. The handoff to Mahalam. He'll dive inside of the 20 down to the 19-yard line. So a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and 2. You see Rafter heading down toward the line of scrimmage just in case they come up short here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Dover call timeout here. They look a little uncertain, but they're going to wait till the time runs down as far as it can, and then they may call timeout. Well, apparently, they will call the timeout with 4:39 to go. So an effective use of a timeout there. They burned as much clock as they could. So for the second week in a row, we got a pretty good football game on our hands.
Yeah, very good football game. Two very well coached football teams, and both of them, you know, trying to basically exert their will over the other by doing what they do best. Canfield mostly running the football, and Dover, of course, throwing it.
Hey, be sure to stop by the Dennison T-shirt shop on the south side of New Philly. From business to personal keepsakes, they can meet all of your printing needs. So why wait? Check them out. The Dennison T-shirt shop on the south side of New Philly. They're right across from Big Jim's. You can also check them out on Grant Street in Dennison. Canfield still got timeouts available.
This is about as big as down as we've had for Canfield here to try to force them to at least kick a field goal.
They'll go with a triple stack. The handoff to Johnson, and he is going to be stopped, I believe, short of the first down. Yep. It's going to be close, but I think it's 4th down.
Canfield uses a timeout.
So Canfield uses their second timeout. They've got 1 left.
Big decision for Coach If here. 4th and 1. Do you go for the field goal to put yourself up 7?
I think he's going for it.
Or do you go for the first down? And even if you miss, you force Canfield to go, you know, 82 or 3 yards to try to
you got to make a statement and try and win it up by yourself here. I think the defense is suspect right now. I think he's got to go for it.
I agree with you.
But he knows much better than we do. We'll see here in just a moment what the decision is, but I don't think Canfield's going to be surprised if they come out and go for it. Maybe long count, something like that, try and draw them off sides. They'll triple stack. They bring in Chance Shaloski as the up man right behind Swinnerman.
He's no more than a pulling guard in that position right there. They're going to use him to lead up in the hole or kick the end out or something like that. Kick the tackle, double team.
The pitch to Johnson, and he's going to have the first down. Just ran that little off tackle play there, and Johnson had enough room. They only needed less than a yard, and it is a first down. So the Tornadoes have the first down. And now you're going to see a little bit of clock burning here.
Here's the replay. Almost tripped him up. Great job of knowing where you're at on the field, knowing where the first down sticks are there by number 32 from Dover. Keith Johnson. Really good job of running the football there.
So Johnson will get it again. Off tackle. And now it's just let the clock run with Canfield only one timeout remaining.
Yeah, Dover's going to try to do the same thing to Canfield that Canfield's been doing to them, and that's control the line of scrimmage and eat up the clock now. Take as much time as they can off the clock to snap the football.
So 2nd down and 8 for the Tornadoes, and they are absolutely in no hurry. They're going to take another timeout. Well, the Dover faithful getting a little restless.
All the
quarterbacks.
Great coaches right down here below us, you know, that have that ample time to make all those great calls once the play is over. And
you're not bitter about your coaching days, are you, Bruce?
No, just realistic.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was one of the greatest coaches ever when I sat in the stands.
Aren't we all?
When I was down on the field, I was...
You were just dead meat.
Well, no one gave me an application for Mensa or anything like that.
That's why you are the Hannah Montana of Big Time Sports.
I think she's outgrown that moniker, and so have I.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm sorry I even brought it up. Now we just find a home for Naughty Scotty. 2nd down and 8 for the Tornadoes. His ball's loose, and who's got it? Canfield picks it up. And the little trickeration in the backfield, as you like to say, Bruce, and now suddenly tables are turned again.
Yeah, that's... They didn't need that, but, you know, on the other hand, Canfield's got 3 minutes to go, 83 yards with only one timeout. Going to put it back in the hands of the Dover defense.
You know, I really thought they might just pound the ball with Keith Johnson and just run the clock and
getting that old Kansas City eye stack. And
so Italiano is going to have some room. Not much out across the 20 to maybe the 21.
That was the old eye stack that Hank Stram and the Kansas City Chiefs made famous back in their old American Football Conference days.
When you were just a child.
I aged myself with that one, that's for sure.
Italiano in trouble. Gets to the outside. And looks like it might be a 1st down and out of bounds. Looked like it was Ben Anglio maybe on that far side.
Joe Tuchik on the reception. 1st down, Canfield.
So it'll be 1st down and 10. Let's take another look at this fumble. We'll go back to it here.
That's that fake off the motion. Just was almost like he wasn't expecting it.
Italiano, the quick pass intended for Rauscher, incomplete. 2:24 remaining. Canfield with one timeout. Dover leading 17-13. Scott Robinson and Bruce Wood are pleased to be bringing you this one from Crater Stadium. It has been a good one. A lot of excitement, and this one's still not decided. 2nd down and 10. Dover trying to bring as much heat as they can. Drake Kopp in at the quarterback spot. Gets a block. Still in trouble trying to get to the outside and turn the corner. And he's going to be brought down inbounds. And it'll be 3rd down and 10.
They lost about 7 on that.
Loss of 7 yards.
So now we're getting into critical territory.
Yeah, they can say what they want. They're gonna. This is 4 downs here.
So the Dover Tornadoes trying to keep their playoff hopes alive with a win against Canfield. Kopp looks across the middle. It's incomplete, intended for Jackson, and Jackson just quit on his route. Just absolutely stopped in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think that was that one, you know, they hit for that big 64-yard gain, and I think it's a quick slant in, and he didn't hit him real quick off the snap, and so he just quit on his route.
Well, I can't imagine they're not going to take their final timeout here to try and set something up on 4th and 18. And that is going to be the final timeout. So Dover started the scoring in the first quarter. Just a couple minutes into the game, they had a 1-yard run by Keith Johnson. Rafter added the extra point. Shortly before the end of the first quarter, there was a 10-yard pass from Italiano to Rauscher for Canfield. The Delic extra point was good, making it 7-7. Second quarter, Zach Rafter hit a 35-yard field goal to make it 10-7. Then right before the end of the third quarter, a pass from Italiano to Mike Ross made it 13-10. The extra point was no good. And then Dover, a one-play drive, a 66-yard pass from Derek Swinterman to Logan Mulholland. And Zach Rafter added the extra point to make it 17-13. And now the Tornadoes just one down, just one play away from icing this football game. I can imagine the Tornadoes are going to be back about 15 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they got to keep everything in front of them right here and make sure that they wrap them up when they tackle them.
Stays in at quarterback. He's in trouble. Gets loose. Nowhere to go. Tornadoes will come away victorious tonight against Canfield. And I don't understand this quarterback decision at all. I'm just confused by, and I'm sure the team is confused by just bringing in and out quarterbacks. Wow. Good news is they did it against the Tornadoes, and Dover's going to win this one. With 1:29 to go, they're going to run this clock out.
Yeah, Canfield has no timeouts, no way to stop the clock.
So they'll take a knee or two here, and this one will be in the books coming up. The Texas Roadhouse post-game show and the naming of our Manor Restaurant MVP.
Derek Swinterman takes the lead.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock rolling, 1:15 to go. Dover's going to improve to 2-1, while the Canfield Cardinals will fall to 1-2. Dover watching. Back judge there for the clock. And, they may or may not have to snap it one more time here. And I don't think they're going to have to snap it again. I think we're in good shape here as the Dover Tornadoes are going to win this one 17-13. A game that really has been the best game I've seen in quite a while. Fortunately, it comes out for the home team, and Dover wins it 17-13. We'll come back and wrap it up for you in a moment, so stay with us here on Big Time Sports. Our final score tonight, the Dover Tornadoes beat the Canfield Cardinals 17-13, and the Tornadoes improved to 2-1. Canfield drops to 1-2. And Bruce, as we talked about, Canfield's going to win some games, so this is definitely going to help Dover in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, this is a big win for Dover. They're going to get a lot of points down the road from this. They got a big game next week with Tri-Valley before they go into league play. So another big one next week for the Tornadoes.
So as we continue our Texas Roadhouse post-game show, let's take a look at our numbers here, and you can see the difference between the two offenses.
Yep. Canfield rushing the ball tonight 46 times for 145 yards, and they also had numerous losses, so they actually rushed the ball for probably plus 200 yards. 12 of 17, very adequate in the passing department for 187 yards. Total offense, 332 yards. 2 turnovers, both in the first half. For Dover, they rushed the ball 20 times for 43 yards, most of that in the second half. Swinderman was 12 of 26 for 204 yards passing. The big one, the 66-yard bomb for the winning total points, and 247 yards rushing, and he did have 1 turnover, which cut way down from last week's 5.
So that is the Texas Roadhouse post-game show. Stop in and see the fine folks at Texas Roadhouse on Bluebell Drive Northwest in New Philadelphia. Finally tonight, our Manor Restaurant MVP, Logan Mahalam of the Dover Tornadoes. He caught the game-clinching touchdown, 66-yard pass from Derek Swinnerman. As you take a look at it there, that'll be a big memory for him throughout this season, as that is the winning score in this game tonight against Canfield. So that is going to wrap it up for us here at Big Time Sports. Dover, a winner over Canfield by a score of 17-13. For Bruce Witter and the rest of our Big Time Sports and Prestige Creative Marketing team, I'm Scott Robinson saying so long, everybody.